Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are an emerging nation. We are the United States of the world, and we've been around for almost 2¾ years. We have our own economy, we have our own social services, we have our treasury, we have our own currency, and we are now building our industries to stimulate our economy, increase the value of our currency and the demand for the currency, and so its liquidity. And it's all looking really, really good for 2003. Okay? Who can be a citizen of the United States of the world? We Share Abundance. Literally anybody from anywhere. We are a non-separatist organization. We don't recognize people's geographic location, color, class, creed, educational level, financial status, gender. None of it counts. We just recognize everybody as human beings. We also recognize that every human being is unique and so has something unique to offer to our community. And as such, should be treated with equal love and respect, and they are. All we ask is you come with a good heart, a willingness to share love and abundance, and a positive mental attitude, and you'll fit in really, really well. Okay? There is no fee to become a citizen of the United States of the world. It's totally free. In fact, we will give you money just for completing your profile to help you start building a pension fund, a hedge against future financial difficulties. And all our industry products that we have, some people would class them as business opportunities. I suppose any business is an opportunity, but we have different ones, and you can get into all of them without putting your hand in your pocket, but it would take longer for some of them. It takes a little bit more effort. So sometimes, in fact, most of the time, our members prefer to throw a few dollars in to move along a little bit faster and make money quicker. With that said, we should be streaming now on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. And I'm going to head over there in a second. I'm just looking here because Devyani is not been in touch with me, but I know she's traveling. She is working, she is still doing things. So we will just have to wait until we get a report from her, I'm afraid. But I'm heading over to Facebook right now, and I'm going to go to, when I get to Facebook, I'm going to look for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And when I get there, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to be looking for the 14th of December, 10 days to Christmas Eve. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Bit early for that, perhaps 10 days early, but nice to think about things, isn't it? Let me see, I found the 14th. Click to expand, and hopefully we'll have comments. We have. Oops, and we've got my speaker on. Let me turn that off. Okay, we got Deborah in at the top of the comments list. Wow, Deborah's on a high from Southern Alabama, USA, followed by Norman from Doncaster, UK, Richard from Devon in the UK. It's cold down here, I tell you. Winter has hit us, but I think it's only brief. I think it'll be warming up in a few days. And we've got Andrew in from New Zealand. Should be getting warmer there. enjoying my morning tipple apple cider vinegar. Okay. We've got Bozina in from Scotland. I bet it's chilly up there too, Bozina, up in Edinburgh. We've got Leon from sunny California. Um, I'm glad Leon's popped in because I missed him on Skype earlier on, and I did intend to just see if I could get hold of you, Leon, to see that everything was okay. But it's good to see you in here, saying happy holidays to friends around this beautiful world from here in California, he says. And it is a beautiful world. And yeah, happy Christmas, I prefer to say rather than holidays. I know it's not politically correct nowadays to say Christmas, but I like Christmas. Christmas is, to me, a celebration of good spirit and lovingness. And my wife and I, we celebrate Christmas every day. Okay. But it's nice when you get to this time of the year and everybody starts thinking about being nice to one another, and giving presents, and enjoying getting together, and just generally enjoying life. Okay, right. Where are we? We're 8 minutes in, and I'm going to get started in our normal fashion with a very short prayer, because here we seek happiness. Happiness is what everybody seeks, but not everybody realizes it. They think they want a big house, they want a car, they want more holidays, they want uh, to get rid of their credit card, they want all these things, material things. But what they really seek is happiness. And these things that they want may bring them temporary joy, but for perpetual lasting happiness, you can't buy it. The only way you can get it, doesn't matter how much money you've got, you cannot buy happiness. You have to get it from loving service to other people. And the great thing about loving service is that when you spend your life in loving service, the universe will reward you with true happiness, and everything that you need in life will flow to you. So we have a little prayer that covers that. And then we have an affirmation because I talked about us being non separatists. We don't recognize differences, the fat, the tall, the thin, the male, the female, the curly haired, the bald headed, whatever. Just everybody as human beings filled with deep down inside them a loving soul. And some people try and hide it, and others reflect it really well. But it's there. It's like carbon can be a lump of coal or a diamond. A lump of coal doesn't shimmer and reflect the light, but a diamond does. And it just depends on how you reflect the love of the universe. But you're all just the same, all carbon, okay? All human beings. Right. So our little prayer goes like this. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member may find the joy of service. Through service, bless each member, that they may attract true happiness and everything they need in life. Amen. Told it was short, and we have a little affirmation, which is also short, and that goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, right. I've already mentioned that I don't really know where Debbie Ann is up to. I know we were working on some bugs and she was continuing to do that. I know she is also working on the um, process for getting debit and credit cards accepted in the dashboard rather than through a separate page and then filling in a form and this sort of thing. But I don't know how far she's got with it. And I was sure that we'd had a bit of a conversation very quickly on there. Uh, she's moving on to the gateway integration for the cards. I know she said something about it was something she wasn't finding very easy to do while she's traveling. But I can't see where that is. Maybe it was an email or something. I don't know. But she said she's going to put some time in on Saturday and get that sorted when she's back home. Meanwhile, she's working, I think, on the integration of the debit and credit cards. So that is progress. What have I been on? I thought it would take me, uh, I thought I'd have it done by midday. And that was a couple of videos to get onto the site um, for the how to make unlimited money online, really. Um, very, very simply. Anybody can do it. We've got all the steps in place now. I got the videos done, but the last one I didn't get done till about 6:30. It takes me so long. I'm sorry. But we now have the 6 videos and they cover registration, the process. Most of you watching here probably are citizens already and so registered. Positioning in the Poverty Crusher plan, which is important. It's essential for this process, for this strategy to work. We've got a video now explaining how you can integrate an autoresponder. It is an additional cost. It's $11.50 for the autoresponder that we've chosen. If you already have an autoresponder, you can use that. It's just that the all-in-one profits autoresponder, you can automatically just, with a few clicks, set up the whole campaign. You've got the email opt-in pages, you've got the email follow-ups. Now, email follow-ups, there are only 2 in there. I was expecting to get onto those today and get a good bunch of them in. We need a dozen or so at least, and there are only 2 in there at the moment. But things take a little bit longer than you expect, and that's where we are. One of the things that took a little bit of time today was because we went out to the car and jumped in, drove off. Not actually today. This was on Sunday, and I thought there's something wrong. Had to stop the car, got out, looked, yes, flat tire. Drove back home and got the old jack out and everything, changed the wheel. Not good changing wheels in freezing temperatures. But anyway, we changed the wheel. But being Sunday, I couldn't get a place open to fix it. So Monday, Tuesday, we didn't stray out because of the weather. Today, the weather's been cold, but it's not been as icy. So we did get out and we went to get the tyre fixed, and they said it wasn't repairable. And then they said they hadn't got one in stock either. It was an unusual size. Perhaps it's because my car's a little old Vauxhall Corsa. It's 25 years old, 26 years old nearly. Um, anyway, they've ordered a tyre and that will be fitted tomorrow. So we've no spare at the moment. Fingers crossed we don't get another puncture. Okay, so we had to go on and sort that out. But by tomorrow, I will be working on those email follow-ups. As I said, I was hoping that I would get those done by I've lost Facebook. Just a second. I want to make sure that we're still in there. Yeah, still broadcasting today, but things took longer with the other thing. So we've got that autoresponder set up in there in that page, and then we've got tracking. There's a little video on tracking, just you can do that free. Uh, it's limited what you can do free, but it's better than not having any tracking. So we've got a little video showing you about tracking, and then we've got how to buy your solo ads and how to use the email swipes. That's all you need. With that information and a little bit of seed capital you need some to buy your solo ads, then you can start scaling and start making some decent money. Very, very simply, a few minutes a day. Okay, right. The the email follow-up sequence. There are only two in there at the moment. I will be adding them tomorrow because I've got the videos done. So my concentration will be on the email follow-ups. Um, I'll get those done tomorrow, and then we will have the system intact. If you've already set up the system in All-in-One Profits, um, all you'll need to do is go and reload the system once the emails are there, and it will add them all into your system. It'll just update everything for you. Okay. If you're not using All-in-One Profits, what I suggest you do is opt in to one of the quiz pages, and that way you will receive the email follow-ups, and then you can manually input them into your MailChimp or GetResponse or Weber or whatever it is you're using. But that is that is where we are, and that is the current way that you can make pretty good fast cash. Uh, and that covers really the updates. Everything else is the same. We are moving forward. We will get that main campaign for Turnkey Cash Cow going as early as possible in January. It'd be a good time to launch it. Mid-January will be a good time to get that going. It's when people are starting to think about New Year's resolutions, and they'd better do something this year because last year I ended up the same broke as I was the year before broke. So so people are thinking about it. So it will probably be a good time to launch that campaign around about mid-January. Hopefully a little bit this side of mid-January, maybe 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. We'll get it up there. And we should start seeing results then by the end of January. It should take, I don't know, maybe 12 to 14 days to really get a campaign run and through in the system that we'll be using there. Okay, what else have we got? We had a few Red Folder news events at 7 o'clock tonight. They were very impactful on all the trading markets, whether it was crypto or Forex or stocks and shares. A big dive in price. I can tell you, just to give you an idea, I think I can. But they really it's been a bit bullish until then, and then I find the right tool. The market dropped $466. That's the US 30. That's the top 30 stocks in the US stock market. Dropped $460 in a few minutes. The most of it, they dropped it within 1 minute. It just really, boom, bottom dropped out. Bitcoin, I think, dropped $200 to $300. They will gradually make their way back up a little bit. They always do after you get a severe drop like that. But the shock to the system if you're in a trade. You can either make a lot of money or lose a lot of money very fast. I wasn't in a trade, so it didn't really matter. But I saw the So it just goes zoom down, um, and a huge drop. And it's happened across everything. Forex, Bitcoin, other cryptos, no doubt will be following the same pattern. But I think Bitcoin overall is up a little bit. Let me just have a look here. Tell you what Bitcoin at. Um, yeah, it's still at 17,800, which is up a little bit. I mean, it was up in the uh, 18,300s, but it's dropped down to 17,800. So that's dropped like $500 in price, Bitcoin, as a result of that economic report. Um, it's all about optimism. It's just what people believe. Are they happy or are they unhappy? Are they optimistic or pessimistic? Um, Strange how that affects so many things. Thought is now scientifically considered to be the essential determining factor of everything that exists. Everything begins with a thought. And so, whether it's a wooden desk or a glass of water or whatever it may be, it's all just developed from a thought. The thought develops into energy, and the energy develops into different patterns of material things. This is what the scientists are now saying. This is something that they've discovered quite recently. It's what the um, enlightened religious people or spiritual people have been saying for centuries. Um, but finally, science is beginning to catch up with them or validate what they've been saying. Excuse me. So, people's thoughts at the moment are that Bitcoin is dropping in price, and it is. But I think people's thoughts will say, well, it shouldn't have dropped that much, so it'll come back up. Okay, that pretty much, as I say, covers everything we've got. I can't see any questions in here. Um, with all the financial market fluctuations, why does our WESAB value stay so steady? Oh, I've not done the numbers, have I? I got them. And I did go to coin ranking. Um, and our WESAB doesn't stay all that steady, Leon. But there's very little trading volume in our tokens at the moment. So with small volume, you don't see big fluctuations usually. If we had higher volume, then you perhaps see more fluctuation. But it's very low. Strangely, we had a bigger trading volume in the last 24 hours in WISA tokens than we had in WISA Abundance. But anyway, the numbers are we're down a net three in our registered members to 38,953. That is, we take out people that haven't logged in for 2 months, but we always get new registrations, and it depends on which is the higher number, whether it's a plus or a minus. So we have a net decrease in the last 24 hours of three. Our active members is up by just one um, to 4,903. Those are people that are logging in on a regular basis, usually daily, because they get paid to log in daily. But at least half of the available days in the month to be an active member. And that's up by just one in the last 24 hours. And then the WIS Abundance is showing the market value of, when I looked at CoinRank anyway, it was $203.69, which is low. Um, and it was showing $104 trading volume and a market positioning of 4,607, which is down 15 places of the last time we had numbers about a week ago. Um, but because the volume is so low, it doesn't really affect things very much. And somebody could come in and buy a dollar's worth, and it could go back up to 300 or something, you know. And if there's no trading, then the value doesn't really change. So it could be stuck at the same value if there's no trading for a few days. It's because we don't have that sort of trading volume in our currency at the moment. And that's one of the things we're working on through developing our industry, through this $4 for one program, through the Easy Business Builder, through the Property Crusher, through secondary staking, um, through the turnkey cash cow. All these things will have an effect and increase the demand and the value of our tokens. Um, it won't happen overnight, but it'll happen quite steadily. I'm convinced that we are going to see some really good progress in the coming year. The Weta token, as I say, I'm surprised. There's $153 worth of trading volume in that. I mean, it's tiny for crypto, but it's huge for the Visa token. I mean, you usually see like $4 or $8 or something like that in a day. To see $153 is amazing. Um, and the price there is what, just over half a cent, about 0.6 of a cent, which is about the same as it was a week ago when we last had figures. But our coin ranking is up 470, 460, 464 places um, from a week ago. $153 trading volume. Not seen anything like that for a long time. Mind you, we've not had any figures for a long time. Usually, single numbers. So somebody's bought a load of Visa tokens, and an awful lot of them for $153. Uh, they're just about half a cent each. You get what is it? You get 3, 6, 8, roughly three tokens for every 2 cents, isn't it? Something like that. So 150 tokens for a dollar. Um, it's it's crazy, isn't it? You get $100, thousands of tokens, and they will come back up in price. I can't give a date. I know we get a lot of people saying, when are we going to see them hit this price or that price? But I can't give you a date. But we are constantly working on our main focus is on liquidity pools for both of our tokens, and those liquidity pools will create the demand and the value in our currency. But we've got to fill the liquidity pools, and that is our main objective. Okay, the general thing there's an advertising program out there at the moment, and they started out with their tokens at 2 cents, and they went up to about $1.20, and they're coming down now, and they're about 20 or 30 cents or something like that. And if you are giving away tokens, whether it's like us, we're giving away our Wheat Abundance tokens to our members every month, and people are allowed to cash in those tokens, it's inevitable that the value will fall. We've seen a classic example is the hashing out space with the Asimi token. Launched, I think the token was launched at 50 cents. and it went up to around $4 or $5 in quite a short space of time because people were buying it to get the advantage of the minting, the more tokens being given to them in effect, and and then it got that so many people were getting so many tokens and they were selling them, the price started coming down, and it dropped and dropped. It stayed at around 50 cents for a long time, and then it dropped even further to around about where it is now, which is I think they're about zero point 0.2 or zero point 0.3 of 1 cent each. And this always happens when you give a lot of tokens to people. And it's what happened with our Visa token. There are other factors, some of them caused by me. I'm not saying that this is the only factor. But when a lot of people have a lot of tokens, they just want to sell them. They don't, if they can't sell the tokens, they just say, well, take them, just give me something for them. And they'll put them out at any price. And it damages the whole liquidity of that token. So you've got tokens that are struggling, like the Visa token, we'll bring it back because we have a plan to do it. The CME, I'm not sure if they can bring that value back in hashing out space because they would have to change their total method of operation in giving away the amount of tokens that they do. The amount of tokens they give away now is less because they've been going 4 years. They're operating on the same 4-year halving cycle like Bitcoin do. But they're still giving away thousands of tokens and people just want to cash them in. And the same goes for any program that is giving away tokens. It will suffer the same sort of fate. Um, and that is why we can't, at this moment in time, allow our members to withdraw the tokens that they're building in their wealth builder plan, in that pension fund. We have to first build the liquidity. We'll do that, and then as the liquidity builds, we can release tokens in proportion to the liquidity that we build. So it's going to work that way round. It works the other way round. All that happens is you destroy the value of your token to nobody's benefit because you can't sell them anyway at any price. Although somebody sold $150 worth of Visa tokens at about half a cent, a little over half a cent. Um, but generally speaking, they just won't sell. So we have to do the liquidity. We have to do it in the right order. We have to manage what we're doing. And it's not uncommon. This is something I remember when I first went to Spain in my 20s or something like that, 50, 60 years ago. The, they were just sort of getting the cheap charter flights out. They were using the old Dakotas from the war and putting seats in them. They were transport planes during the Second World War. But companies were buying them up, putting seats in them, and then they were using them for charter flights to particularly Spain, where the cost of living was very low. So you pay for your fare and your hotel, and it was really cheap holiday. When you got there, the booze was cheap and the sun was there. What more could you want? But but at that time, there was a limit on the amount of pounds you could take out of the United Kingdom. Pounds being the UK currency. It was £300. I mean, £300 was a year's salary for a lot of people in those days. Um, if you were making out of the year, you were a top earner back in the day then. But so I mean, it didn't affect the likes of me and most people, but it was there, and it was a limit. It was a limit of you could not take out more than £300. Why? Because they were building that currency value back up after the war. The war destroyed the economy, and so they were building the economy, building faith, building things, and they had to build liquidity back into the British pound. And so there were limits on what you could withdraw. You could spend it within the community because that didn't have any impact, but you couldn't take it out and spend it all in, go and buy your house in Spain unless you could find one for 300 quid. Um, so it's not anything that's new. It's just that people don't understand it because most countries now don't have that situation. You can move currency freely. You can trade it on the forex any amount. But um, it is that situation, and that is the situation we're in. We are in that same position of post-war Britain, where we have to build confidence, liquidity, demand for our currency before we can allow people to take it out of the country. Okay, so there you go. What else have we got? We got Elom in from Nigeria, Akpomade from Nigeria, and Kingsley from Manchester. Okay, I'm going to go to Melon app and I'm going to check there. Just to let you know as well, Avazu have a webinar starting at 8 o'clock tonight. I think that is for distributors, affiliates, or what they call them. So if that is of interest to you, make sure you get tuned in at 8 o'clock tonight. We got Lewis in from YouTube saying hi from Portugal. And I'm scrolling down to see we've got Riaz Ali saying hi from, I guess, Pakistan. And that's it. No questions there. So we're done. That has given you all the news and the updates, a little bit of economic background, what's happened, the dreadful news events that we've had at 7 o'clock tonight in UK time. So we will see the markets recover, but they have taken a big dive with that with that dreadful news event. I expect them to be bullish tomorrow and will recover fully the amount that they dropped, even though they dropped in a few minutes, a lot of money. Okay, so that's it from me. So get out there, Weezer Warriors. Um, Spread love and abundance. Keep sharing love and abundance. Help people out with the coupons that you have that you can give to them to get them into the Easy Business Builder as a paid member. Help people out with getting them registered so that they can start getting into the staking for the wealth build. They get $5 just for verifying their uh, KYC and completing their profile. That $5 can get them into steps 1 and 2, and steps 1 and 2 of the primary staking. Get out there and help people. We can help people with that. Okay, it's not instant cash, but it's free money. Okay, it's free money for people, and you can make money by giving away those coupons. So everybody has them. Even the free members have a couple of coupons that they can give away. Paid members, of course, have a few more. If you are at the top level and you give away all your coupons, that's $150 every month that you are generating in income without putting your hand in your pocket, without anybody else putting their hand in their pocket. And that is available cash in your available cash wallet. So, Weezer Warriors, get about it. Share love and abundance. I am grateful for you. I love you all. And thank you for being We Share Abundance. Without you, we don't exist. Having said that, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll find out from Devyani what she's been up to today. We will find out a little bit more. It was a bit today, but I'll find out a little bit more about where she's up to with that, and I'll let you know. And we will get those follow-up emails done. They'll be all there in there for you. You'll just load that pretty much covers it. I'll be back 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance publicly, every day. We have been since we first opened the gates to our beautiful country. Okay, God bless you all, and I'm free the same. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. I'll see you later, alligator. Don't forget to smile. See you later, alligator. All the extra mile.